joining me this afternoon to give a little bit of an insight into your presentation at our upcoming Health, Safety and Welfare Conference.
Thank you for the invitation. It's great to be here.
You're welcome. And I hear your topic is going to be all about the 5 domains of horse welfare, what it means, and also how we can work towards achieving this. What's really fabulous is your research. I currently know that you're writing your thesis, and your topic is all about horses and humans, the role of human behaviour and horse welfare in riders' safety and rider satisfaction. What a wonderful topic.
Yeah, it's been great. I've really enjoyed all my research so far. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting it done.
Yeah, certainly, I could understand that. And you have such a wealth of knowledge. You know, you have a degree in psychology, background in education, paramedicine. So you're really an expert that can share a lot of knowledge on this topic around horse welfare and horse behaviour and learning theory. You're also a horse trainer, I believe you ride. And like I said, you know, the psychology background will also help learning about behaviours. So yeah, well done. We're just so privileged to have you.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, and you're speaking on the 17th of July at 6:40. That's our 3rd session. That's all about our horses. So a question I'd like to ask you, or a couple of questions. I've heard about the 5 domains and 5 freedoms of horse welfare. Are they different? And are you going to be explaining a little bit about this at our conference?
Yeah, they are really different. So the 5 freedoms is probably what most people are familiar with. They've been around since about the early 1990s. And the 5 freedoms really did sort of change animal welfare and horse welfare in a really positive way. But since that time, scientists have evolved in their thinking, and we understand animal welfare and horse welfare a little bit differently these days. And so that's led to the development of the 5 domains model. And I guess the biggest thing about the 5 domains model is it sees welfare as very much a system where where all the elements of the horse's life interact to determine what the welfare state of the horse is going to be. And it focuses much more on the horse, whereas the 5 freedoms tended to focus more on what people were doing. So whereas the 5 domains focuses much more on the horse. So I'll be talking a bit about that and explaining how we can then adopt those principles to help our horses have better lives.
Yeah, so that's really good, and that's probably answered a little bit of the second question I was going to ask you, because a lot of organisations in equestrianism, whether it's sport or a working environment, they are aware of horse welfare and the need to manage it and continually improve in that area. So it's really good that you're going to be talking about how we can meet some of our responsibilities around horse welfare, and you'll give us some tips, and possibly maybe we might have to do an extra webinar or something with you, but even just touching on the fact that we can achieve this.
Yeah, we can achieve it. And I think there's a few different things about horse welfare. Like, some people see horse welfare as a negative thing, as almost like it's something that's going to take something away from what they would like to do. Whereas I like to think of horse welfare as, if we can improve horse welfare, then that actually makes things better for us. And some of my research, for example, talks about how horses that have better welfare are actually safer to ride, and horses that have better welfare are actually more enjoyable to ride. So there's some real benefits, not only for the horses, but also for us. And I'll definitely will be talking about the different aspects of horse welfare so that we can meet those responsibilities in a better way. Because at the moment, a lot of people think about welfare in terms of the biology of the horse. So in terms of how healthy the horse is, sorts of food that the horse gets fed, but there are a whole lot of other elements that go into horse welfare, and I'll be talking about those.
Yeah, that's fabulous, because really at the end of the day, we want to have that lovely, safe environment for both of us, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Our industry. So no, that's wonderful. So probably my last question, and if you'd like to add anything else, please feel free to, but in your opinion, Karen, how do we identify who is responsible for horse welfare? Like, is there a responsibility? Is it a combined responsibility? Is it just the person that owns the horse? Like, how do we actually define that?
Well, how I define it, I'm not sure how everyone else defines it, but how I define it is I think the responsibility lies with all of us.
Yeah.
I'm a horse owner. I love riding. I have too many horses probably. But as an industry, we're all going to be judged on the welfare of horses that we accept. And at the moment, society is telling us that they have a bit of a problem with how ridden horse welfare is at the moment. And I think if we, as an industry, continue to deny that issue, we might not like what happens next. So I think if we all work together, I think that it's very achievable to create a vibrant, flourishing horse industry with good horse welfare. But it is going to require change, and we're going to have to, all be accountable, and we're going to have to all sort of step up and work together to make those changes happen. But I absolutely think it is achievable. And I really look forward to sort of working with people to see if we can make it happen.
Yeah, well, that's lovely. And I think, with your knowledge, your experience, and particularly your findings in research, because evidence and that evidence-based research really helps us make good informed decisions. This will also help EA and many of the other attendees at our online conference understand a little bit more about horse welfare and how we can apply it, and certainly the importance and our responsibilities. So thank you so much, Karen. You are speaking on the last day of our conference all about the horse. The 17th of July at 6:40 p.m. So we really look forward to hearing everything you've got to say, and thank you again for giving us your time.
My pleasure, Meredith. Thanks for the opportunity to chat.
Wonderful. Bye.